The game is called 3D Pinball Space Cadet. The game is a pinball game on Windows and on an arcade, which is a relaxing game. It is meant to do missions by touching some objects with the ball where you can get points. You can use the game in Windows XP, Windows Vista and Windows 7. However, it is not in the default. In Windows Vista and 7, you have to copy the files to the operating systems. It is developed by Cinematronics and published by Maxif in 1995. This is a chess game with 3D graphics developed by O'Brien Games, and it is included in Windows Vista and Windows 7. It is fully animated as an interactivity game with different difficulty levels. It can be played with one person against a computer or with two players. The game is fully designed for the Windows Aero with glass-like view. The board can be rotated in 3D. It can be played with the mouse and the keyboard. This computer game is also included in Microsoft Windows. This is based on the card game with the same name. It was developed as a game on the DOS version in the 80s, but it's released yet in 1991. This was included with the Win32 as an application that enabled the testing of a 32-bit funky layer. It is released as a game on Windows 95, Windows XP. FreeCell was extended to support a total of 1 million card deals. This is also a card game that is introduced at the release of Windows 3.1 in 1992 and up to every operating system until Windows 7. Microsoft used the Hearts game to showcase the new NetDDE technology by enabling multiply to play across a network. Hearts, like all Windows games, are not included in the nowadays operating system like Windows 8 and Windows 10. Gameplay follows the default rules of the game Hearts. You've got 3 modes where you can choose from, namely beforehand, tricks and afterhand. This game is included in operating system Windows XP Tablet PC Edition 2005 and Windows Vista. It employs the use of a stylus or a mouse to draw lines in the game. You have to bring the ball to the right hole of the right color. The game is over when the time is up or when the ball is in the wrong hole. Some blocks of the interface of the game have special properties. Inkball has got 5 different ranges of difficulty to play the game with. Hoover is a video game that has got combined elements of the game like bumpy cards and capture the flag. This game was included at the CD-ROM of the operating system Windows 95. This game is still available on the Microsoft Store. The game has 3 mazes that resemble a medieval castle, a futuristic city and a sewer. Each map has its own map, music and spawn locations. The goal of the game is to capture all the hidden blue flags before the enemy team captures all the red flags. You have to catch 3 flags for every team. Hoover was re-released in 2030 in the Microsoft Store. It was made with help of PixelLex and Microsoft. This version had upgraded graphics and ability to play with 8 players. This is a poker card game released in 2007. This game is similar to the original game Texas Hold'em. Hold'em allows players to play against up to 5 players and up to 3 level difficulties. It includes cool 3D effects because of the DirectX function. This game is one of the functions of Microsoft users that use the Ultimate Edition of Windows Vista or update it once. This is a game that is developed by Mahjong Solitaire and published by Microsoft. It made its first appearance in Windows Vista and Windows 7. This Mahjong game is a puzzle game in the single player mode. The player had a choice of 6 tile layouts like cat, turtle, crab, dragon, fortress and spider. Each has a portrayal of a respective object of an animal. You have to match the tiles until there's no tile. This is a type of a video game that is created by Kurt Johnson, originally meant for IBM OS/2. Later this is added in Microsoft Windows. It belonged to the Entertainment Pack in 1990. It was included in Windows 3.1 in 1992 to replacing Reversi. The goal of the game is to uncover all the squares in the table of the program. You have to prevent it to click on a mine. These are discovered in logical places. All the squares contain a number from 1 to 8. This says how close you are next to a mine. You can help a player in avoiding a mine to place a saving flag on it. This game was also popular in the Messenger application Windows Live Messenger. After the release of Windows Vista, the color is changed to blue to fit more in the graphical user interface. This game is developed by O'Brien Games for Microsoft. This game was included in Windows Vista and Windows 7. This is a single player game in the genre action and mysteries. The collection has a single home screen that offers 3 packs of games, like Purple Pears, that is a pattern of recognition and memory game similar to Palimpsest. Comfy Cakes is a hand-eye coordination game. Purple Shop, a code breaker game. Reversi, also called Othello, is a strategy board game for 2 players. This is the first game of Microsoft Windows. It includes an 8x8 uncheckerable board. The classical game itself exists for 140 years now. The modern version is patented in Japan in 1971. Each of the 2 colors belongs to one of the players. The players place their discs alternately with their color facing up and no captures are made. A player may not choose to play both pieces on the same diagonal. It is obligated to make a move, but it is also possible that you give the turn to the other player. This is a card game that is included in Microsoft Windows. This is a special version of Solitaire. This is one of the most played Windows games as of 2005. It is less challenging than the original Solitaire game. It was first included in the Windows 98 Plus package. The game is played in 2 decks of a card for a total of 104 cards. 54 randomly cards lay above the screen in a column. These cards can be moved in another range of cards. However, you cannot move it when the cards are in a descending order. If you collect 1 range of cards, you will receive 100 points. The goal of the game is to uncover all the hidden cards using the fewest moves. This game is included in the Microsoft Windows operating system, based on the card game with the same name. It was introduced in 1990 with the operating system Windows 3. It is developed by Wes Jerry. The card design is created by a Macintosh employee. The goal was to motivate people using the mouse for the graphical user interface. The gameplay is that you have got 52 cards on deck sorted in ranges underneath the screen without jokers. After shuffling, a tableau of 7 pilled cards is laid from left to right. The goal is to collect a full range of the same figure section of the cards with so few possible moves. Tinker is a puzzle video game developed by Fuel Industries in which you control a robot. The game was released in September 2008. There was also a level editor released. 1 year later is the live client of the game released. Tinker is like a puzzle game. The player must guide the robot to an endpoint by moving objects, activating switches and traversing obstacles. The game is divided into a checkerboard. The robot can be destroyed by a laser beam, lost energy or falling on a great height. Players can claim more stars when they play it fast. This is a replacement that is released for Windows 10. It replaced card games like Solitaire and FreeCell. It also added Pyramid and 3 Peaks. Microsoft Solitaire collection is updated from the Microsoft Store and communicates with the Microsoft server. The graphical user interface is also better. It includes new games like Pyramid and 3 Peaks. The game Pyramid is a card game where all cards are gathered in a pyramid, where you have to remove cards that add up the total of the highest card in the deck. 3 Peaks is a card game where you have one deck and the object is clear in 3 peaks made up to cards. The goal is to play all cards out of the board.